what you're speaking
no,
about.
you should give a God.
Read the Bible. God is from the Bible. Let's read it.
Will give you all the lessons that you're gonna learn. It's so rude to me just because I'm white.
It's not because you're white.
Yes, that's what you did. Hey, you know what? I read the Bible. And I know exactly what I'm saying. Teachers, I know. Teacher. No, it's not what. I'm not fucking walking away. I do whatever I want.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 10.
I'm telling you.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Teachers,
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Teachers. I'm not well seen
Blessed
from
are
the
ye.
Bible. I'm not. Singers, dancers. We need to lift up our souls, not hate like Jesse did to me. Like he hates me just because I have a free will to say.
This is the book
And I'm not
of
saying bad
Matthew,
things
chapter
like you
15
did.
and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
We're not saying the Most High is only saying these chosen people. We're only here for you.
You know what?
We're not really here for her. So even though you're telling,
God is here for everybody. God is here.
Read that again.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
God is going to save us. It's going to let you change your brain. Stupid brain.
And verse 7, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sows, that shall he reap.
Alright, get Revelation 13 and 9.
This is the book of Revelation. This is the book of Revelation 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Exactly.
This is the book of Colossians. Colossians chapter 3 and verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respecter of person.
There's no respect for the Edomites, man. Alright?
That's right.
And give me a Hebrews 12 and 16. Get me the book of Isaiah. Give me the book of Isaiah, chapter 60 and verse 12.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person of Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know that after, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
He was what?
He was rejected.
The so-called white people, the Edomites, the Caucasians, and anyone that is a tear amongst the wheat of Israel is rejected as well, man.
That's
He
right.
found no place of repentance.
Exactly.
So he sought it carefully with tears.
Yeah, they can cry all day and scream and shout. There's no repentance for the Edomites, man. She's got the spirit of Jezebel, man.
That's right.
Alright? That's just her lot. Yeah, give me that one there. 60 and 12.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Now what?
Shall perish.
Exactly.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Exactly.
God.
Be wasted. And
That's
wasted
right.
away is he. Alright? And stubble shall the Edomites turn into. What are you saying now? Back to what was going on.
I'll try and keep it quick so you don't jump on me, right?
Nah, we're good, bro. It's not a jump on you. We've already got shallow.
I have respect for everybody there, right? So, why I went back to when you said to your fellow colleague there about, let's talk about the judging, and I said, wait a minute, I didn't say about, I said that's where I live blamelessly. Now, you explained it when you read about the moat and the beam. Right. Because
not me explaining.
no, because what I was, if you let me talk that fast, because you went on I don't mean it in rudely.
Yeah,
You know, you steamed through, and I didn't get to explain myself. So what I'm trying to say is, as you know, I just come and wake up recently.
That's good, bro.
Right?
That's love.
So I'm now coming to some understanding. But first of all, I must humble myself and humble that thing that's in me.
Yes,
So I can't blame or judge anyone in the state that I'm in. I need to first.
You're first receiving
Right.
knowledge and
So that's why I said no. That's why I said no. I can't judge. I didn't say we. See, that's what I was saying. Not that we as a nation study. I said me. So I said wait.
I need to show you that you are meant to. Because with you coming into this truth, we have to teach you that you are meant to judge. You are God has given you the God-given right to be an Israelite is to be an ambassador of righteousness.
I understand that.
You don't understand your power that you have, because to be Israel means to be the prince of power. You are a prince of power. You're a king, bro.
I ain't
You understand
there yet.
that?
That's what I'm trying
All
to
right,
say.
we understand your
So I
weakness,
understand
but
that.
we need to wake up the mighty men, blow the trumpet and sound the alarm in Zion. That you need to know that you're a king, and you will inherit the kingdom when you keep these commandments, and you will judge righteously, brother.
Yes, of course that. That's why I'm saying.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 16. I charge your judges at that time, saying, hear the cause between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man.
So you're meant to hear the cause between your brethren and judge righteously, bro.
Between every man and his brother, and the strangers that's with him.
So, bro, this is a commandment. It's in the book of Deuteronomy telling you to judge. There's a commandment saying that you are meant to judge. If you do not judge, you are breaking the commandments. Do you get where I'm coming from, brother? Do you understand that?
Yeah,
So
I understand
you now
that.
need to come out of sin by holding on to what you thought. You need to judge righteously. Read it, King, because you are sinning. We need to get you out of
This is
sin
what I'm saying to you.
because you're not keeping the word. Read, bro.
Verse 17, ye shall not respect person in judgment.
So you just said you respect brothers up here, bro. You're not meant to respect people, okay, that are, when you're judging them. But right now, you respect
not
each
judging
other
you.
because
I'll tell you why.
there's no reason to
Because
judge
I
right
see
now.
what-
We're just
don't-
dialoguing.
Everything I see,
and we're just,
everything I
you know
hear,
what I mean? But when I see a brother,
everything I hear is just. I
When
know rightness in what you're saying. So
Yeah.
I don't judge in you.
All right.
That's why I said to you, could you judge him? How could you? Because we both live in righteously. There's no
Yeah,
one to
exactly,
judge. So I'm not judging you. What I'm trying to tell you is that I ain't at the level to be casting judgment on
one thing you
anybody.
need to do
So right now I need to understand.
when we hear you and you said it already, you don't want to repeat yourself. It doesn't sound like it's going to get anywhere.
I
It
will
sounds
get
like
there.
a witchcraft.
I will get
You know what I
there.
mean? But
I
you heard what you said, bro. We love you, bro. But we're trying to keep on.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're
Yeah, that's why
the
I'm
reason
up
why
here.
we're up here, and it's spiritual why your wife saw us, all right, and how you've come
I've been
up
looking for you guys for 2-3 weeks. I've been coming up here, but I don't see you. I don't come out of my house not on a Sabbath. Not that I can't, but I choose not to.
You know what? Because of 6 days work, 7 days rest. Brothers can only rest on the Sabbath. So we do God's work on the Sabbath day, and we do the works of Caesar. We render unto Caesar on them. So
I
you're more
understand.
likely to find Israelites out on the Sabbath.
I used to go synagogue and so forth on the Sabbath.
Yeah, we teach on the Sabbath. This is the church, the Bible, right?
But you,
Deuteronomy 1:17.
this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 17. Ye shall not respect person in judgment, but you shall hear the small as well as the great.
So whether you're rich or poor, all right, tall or small, you're meant to hear them, right?
You shall not be afraid of the face of man,
So that's why.
but judgment is power.
Some people will chimish their ways, all right, because they might be scared or they don't want to hurt the men's feelings, understand? All right? But that's why we got to tell them, all right? And some of them, they know better, but they don't do better. Some of them hear the word, but are not doers of the word. You understand? Take off the leggings, sister. Put on the dress. Put on the modest apparel. All right? Because look, we give judgment because my wife is in a dress, bro. So I can give that judgment to the sister. I'll be a hypocrite if my wife wasn't wearing a dress. Do you get it? That's having a moat out of I have got my household in order, so I can tell the sister, yo, get your stuff in order.
Every Israelite originally was supposed to bring light to the darkness, yeah?
Yeah.
But then because of certain folly at the time, it got given to
no.
certain people.
Light is only with the Israelites. It's never been given to no one else.
What I meant
It's just the flame is kindled. It's a
What I
little
meant is
flame.
to the other
And right
tribe.
now, it's flaming right now. All right. It's flaming.
what I
It's
meant-
end days. He says, "I will pour my spirit out on all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy." So now he's put a spirit where it's Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. All right. We hear what you're saying, King, because we lost our heritage. All right. We didn't lose our. Sorry.
No.
We've forgotten our heritage.
Something.
Yeah, some good, yeah. But we've forgotten our heritage. But now we seeked it and found it. Bring it out.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
So yeah, that's what we're doing up here.
Ah.
We know that these so-called white people, right, the Caucasians, have put us through all sort of turmoils. Emmett Till, all right, Mark Doggins, all right. You know what we've been going through. You understand?
And while I'm teaching my kids,
children,
I make sure that
keep calling them goats.
I
Children.
make sure my wife is there so she can see what's
But
happening.
you don't call them kids.
She understands.
Kids are baby goats. And that's the goats are going on the left-hand side. You want them to be sheep, if anything. All right?
And made no account of his labours.
All right? They don't make accounts of what we've done, of all the inventions that we've built. All right? I always mention this one, Frederick J. Johnson, man. If it weren't for Frederick J. Johnson, you will not see no automobiles right now on the roads. He was the one that invented the engine. All right? And they stole our labours. Right? They made no account of it because we don't get no. Our ancestors should be rich right now. Look how many people are taking the cars. They've got the German car there, you got the Japanese car there, you got the Italian car there, you got the English car there. All these Europeans and motorbikes and that.
Everyone's got a car.
Everyone's got our thing, our invention. They make no account of it. They profit off of our inventions, man. All right? Yeah.
Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
And that's why we're going to read the Psalms. Read the Psalms 94 and 16. When they see it, they shall be in terrible fear. Like, wow, look, they're standing bold as lions. Like, the wicked are running away. You know what I mean? Now they want to come and kill us and call us all that sorts of names. Like terrorists, anti-Semitic and hate groups. And, you understand? But we don't care. Blessed is they that persecute us for righteousness.
They told me that I had
blessed now.
last week I had to go to jury service. I told them, don't do jury service. It's not working for them.
Yeah.
They said, I got to turn up. I said, yeah, I'll turn up, but you know my stand. I'm not finding no one in that place. I'm not putting my own people under your system and judging them. It ain't done fairly. And
You know what? Use wisdom, bro. Be as a
It's
light.
done. They didn't even call me. They told me to go.
That's good. That's
That's
good.
it. That's it.
I said, I said,
You got a strong spirit. Ben Yamyan went up for jury
I had to
service.
do it all, man. I had to do the whole week,
done it?
man. Yeah. Like years and years ago, though.
But yeah, but that's good, though.
You get fined, innit? If you
His brother
don't.
says, I'm not keeping up with your team. Right, Ben Yamyan done it. But yeah, some brothers have different
I
locks.
do have a question, but
Yeah, go on.
when you finish,
But look,
when
if
you
you
give me a
if you go up for jury service, that don't make you a wicked man, bro. It's just that if anything, you could give a righteous judgment to someone that was about to get a wicked judgment. So maybe the Most High put you in that position to help that brother. You never know how it goes, but the lot was that you didn't want to go through it.
the way I
and
look at
train.
it is
That's
where
okay,
people
man.
have found themselves under a rule, we cannot do something that they've set them up to be wicked.
All right, yeah, hey, you don't want to be a
The
part of it.
media, just the whole, everyone can mix and do whatever they like, it's the land of the free and all
But
this
bro,
thing there.
remember Cornelius
So-
was a part of the Romans, you know, and he was doing things inside the police officer, as the police officer, to help the Israelites. Whatever your job is and whatever the lot that's been given to you, it could be for a righteousness. You don't have to deem it as wickedness, bro. Remember there was what's it called? Tax collectors. That was Christians, bro. Right? You can use wisdom and know you can have, you know what I mean? But breach the system, like they're flooding our people with spies in our congregations. Why can't not we were spies, you know? We went in before we went into Jericho, we sent 2 spies in there.
I'm not going to blaspheme, right, and say the Spirit was upon me. All I'm saying is that I was led to make that
That's
transfer.
the most
So that's
side.
all I
No,
can
bro,
say.
it is. I'm not trying to tell you that whatever you done
Yeah,
was
no, I
wrong.
understand
But
what
I'm
you're
just saying let's use wisdom when we're dealing with certain situations. You don't have to see it as, oh, this is wicked, this is the system, this is the government. You can use wisdom and know that we're rendering unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, but you're still not breaking any commandments by doing it. If it's not a commandment, if it's not a commandment, I mean, it's not a sin. It's not a sin to go into the jury, like, you know what I mean? It's not a sin.
But you know, you said that you must judge rightly and justly, right?
Yeah, so you can be a
So
righteous
I can't be a juror because I know that it's not right. It's not just what they're doing.
I know, but
because
you,
the juror is a judge. You know that,
but
right?
no, but you give a righteous judgment. If you hear the case and be like, okay, you say he was guilty. If he done wrong, didn't do wrong, you say he's not guilty. That's what it is, bro. The spirit bears witness.
But the amount of people that I spoke in there and touched them, I think that hit them more.
Yeah, they're on you now. They're on you now. They're like, what? He's an Israelite. You don't want to deal with. They're on you, bro. But that's cool. You know what I mean? John the Baptist was the same way. Like, I'm not gonna join you guys. You know what I mean? So whatever the spirit led you to do, God, bro. Let's read this, bro.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94, and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Exactly. And you've rised up, bro. You said the system is wicked, man. Yeah? You will rise up to me against the evil.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
And that's what we do in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1. Alright? We stand bold in the faces of them that have afflicted us. Alright? And that's the answer. It's a question mark there. Who will do that? And the answer is brothers like us, man, and yourself, you know? You know what I mean? But no, you're waking up, bro, for you to make that big, to go up against government systems, bro, and talk to them. You're a mighty warrior in this thing. God bless the Israelites and hates the Edomites. You're an Edomite, according to the Bible. You're an Esau. No, we're not Christian, we're Israelites. We're Israelites, even better than Christians. That's right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, well, no, not now, not yet. Not yet, soon.
Soon.
Yeah? Most I willing.
God. Don't say.
Can I ask a question about something that you said?
Let me just prove that I'm binding it. Let me get Psalms chapter 2 verse 8. It says, ask for the heathens.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathens for thine inheritance.
And ask for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. I want that damn guy that's trying to bless us in his damn white philosophy, Jesus Christ.
And the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
And we want the uttermost parts of the earth, man. Alright? For possessions, man. Alright?
This is the book. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 18. Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
You can't bind chains. You can't bind all them new Jordans. Alright? You can't bind your nice Ferrari. You can only bind things that are souls and spiritual. Alright? So, most I willing, you've got a slave, you know, to pick the shoes up, to wash men's sandals down. Alright? So yeah, what do you have any questions? You say you have another question?
Yeah, to pick your brain back again. So I was talking about the 1,000-year. I mentioned about the 1,000-year reign.
Revelation chapter 2.
And I said, that ain't happened yet. Isn't that not after it? The Gog fight, yeah. When Gog and everyone come up, the Valley of Jehoshaphat is after the 1,000-year reign. But you said the 1,000 years has already passed. But after the 1,000 years, well, before the 1,000 years, he said he's going to put someone on the throne.
Revelation chapter 1.
He's going to put someone on the throne.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 1.
After the 1,000 years, you're going to let Satan back up out of the pit.
Yeah.
You're gonna rally everyone.
Exactly.
You're gonna mash them and dash them into hell forever.
Exactly.
But you said that happened. The 1,000 years happened at the end of it.
There's two times since 1,000
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna read the both accounts because I didn't understand what 1,000 years.
Right. I didn't realise there was two.
Yeah. We're gonna read the first one and go to the second one. Because what's done in the old is done in the new. The same thing's gonna happen in the future, present and future time. Alright.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years.
Exactly. So yeah, that is talking about the dark ages. Okay, all right. They took him out. All right. They took out the old devil. All right. And the sons of the devil are the Edomites. All right. The wicked Cain, Abel and Cain. Yes. All right. The Idunia. All right. The Lucifer deals with the children of Idunia. You know what I mean? The Esau, right? He's Satan worshipper, Greek mythology, all sorts of wickedness. The Baal, like, where is it? Where is it? There it is, here, look. There it is, here, look, bang. Alright? Right? See it there?
Yeah, yes.
Alright, so look, he got let loose. Alright? And when he got let loose, all sorts of wickedness, alright? After the King James era. Alright? After the King James era, came them guys on the, you know, what's their name? What's their names? The King George. King George, right?
What you mean?
After Elizabeth the First, Elizabeth the First, then King George, all of that. It's talking about the stories of this here. This is talking about this here. Keep reading on.
So the scattering into the wilderness, the woman who went into the wilderness to hide,
is talking about Israel.
but is that not linked
No.
to that first? Because you said that
the woman, that's Revelation chapter 12. That's talking about Israel, the Zion. That's talking about the 1/3 of Israel.
So when
it
did
says
the
1/3 of the stars, all right? Because the 1/3 of the stars is, people will say, it's the southern kingdom. Me and my brothers, we believe it to be the 1/3 of Israel that will be saved, that will be hidden, all right? But we don't want to go into two different things. That's another thing.
Just so I'm following. The 1,000 years you said
is the dark
ended when?
Here, if this part here, the 1,000 years ended here. Look, bring your Bible. The Bible. 1611. 1611, right? Or 1617. All right. Is when
the peace
1617.
The 1,000 years of peace.
Yeah, was when Septimius Ezra's came out of the caves, came out of the lion's den, the gladiator ring, and he became the first Caesar of Rome, the first black Caesar of Rome, and he became to run England and Scotland and Wales, and he came to Britain. Yeah, the real Britannia, not the British.
Yeah.
The original Britannia, and the original Scots,
there was no
not the
peace during that
Scottish.
time. There was no peace during that time.
There was no peace, never been peace. There's never going to be peace until the Israelites go back to the Israelites.
But according to that 1,000 years, it says that the kingdom's going to be established because he's going to bind him for a while. There's going to be 1,000 years which will let him back out again.
Yes.
So that's a different 1,000 years, not the one that we're discussing right this minute.
Yeah, but he's back out now. They're let loose now because this is what they've done. Look, this is them now. This is them let loose now doing this to us. All right?
Yeah.
You understand that, right? Because look, this is 1650. This is when they started to get us on.
That was Britain.
Yeah, but remember, where was we
Spain,
before this? Where was we before this? We was here chilling in peace.
In the 1100s, we were here and in Spain. Yeah.
So after this happened, bam, all of this has happened to us now.
From 1492 was when the Spanish Inquisition went forward,
had to be fulfilled.
and the Spanish and the Portuguese were already taking people.
The prophecy of Israel going into slavery on ships, all right, and Sodom and Egypt. That's why the dollar bill has got the Egyptian pyramids on it. So this is fulfilling the prophecy of Egypt shall go into slavery on ships.
Yeah.
This is why it says here about they shall be let loose down in the 1,000 years and they're let loose, right? So now we're gonna go read it down, verse 3.
Revelations chapter 20 verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years shall be fulfilled.
All right, and it was the 1,000 years were fulfilled with the end of King James. All right. So now, bam, this is what's happened to us. All right, go on, keep reading.
And after that, he must be loosed a little season.
This is just the little time they've got. 16 for 400 years. It's the same understanding that Abraham was given after 400 years of slavery. Your nation shall inherit the kingdom. Yeah? You understand that, right?
I understand that.
Right? So go on.
Verse 4, And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the...
Like John the Baptist, like the saints, all right, beheaded. In the eyes of men, they seem to be treacherous, but to God and to the saints, it's a righteous thing to fall into the hands of the wicked for the Most High sake. All right, go on.
And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh Shai, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads.
Like we said, our channel's been getting axed for bringing out prophecies of this such, but we know that it's what's going on today with things and things. Yeah. All right, go on.
Or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai. And they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years.
So this is another separate 1,000 years. So that's why I was thinking, what 1,000 years was you talking about? Misunderstanding.
Yeah, I understand.
But there's
now.
two separate
so
1,000
there's 1,000 years
okay?
what happened.
There's 1,000 years of them was being released and let go for just a little time. That's only 400 years. But then after the 400 years, there's another 1,000 years of righteous now. You understand? That's when we're going into the Isaiah 2. It says that there shall be peace, the plowshares, the hooks shall be turned into plowshares and spears into pruning hooks, and it's going to go back into farming again instead of war.
Yeah, weapons again.
Yeah? All right, and then it's going to turn into Zechariah 8 when it says that the children shall walk in the streets, just happy.
I'm not free. Disputing what you're saying,
and the Micah as well.
What I'm going to say is that maybe the times, the dates may be slightly off, because in 1601, the first Queen Elizabeth, you can find it in the records, she wrote a letter expelling all black people and Negroes from Europe, from England, expelling them all in 1601. The reason why they were expelled is because there wasn't enough food to eat. Prior to that, in the 1400s, well, the 700s, the Moors were ruling Spain and them places there.
Yeah.
Right.
We know this.
And in the 1400s,
but the Moors in the 1400s, the Moors were subjected to the Queen. They done the Queen's bidding. They went and raped.
But there was
they went and raped people.
But there was
to turn them
there as well.
They went and raped people to turn them black, isn't it? Portuguese and stuff like that.
Yeah, even like
they done a lot of wrong.
Yeah. But there was Israelite people there because
they weren't Israelites, but they were Romans. They joined onto the heathens. That's what the Maccabees.
They weren't counted.
See in the book of Maccabees.
They weren't counted. So that time period don't count.
The book of Maccabees, it talks about people that deceived and went onto the heathen saying, we'll follow the Lord of your fathers.
Alright, so then that's why I was thinking the numbers didn't match. But since they are not counted as Israelites because they went on the heathen side, then the time matches at 611. I understand what you're saying.
Because these people, they were still not keeping the commandments either. They kept golden stools, they kept idol worship as well. Understand? That's why they went on to slavery. Because it says if you don't keep the commandments, so they were all basically